Have you noticed after 40, you feel more inflamed and bloated by the most simple things in life? The same things that didn't bother you in your 20s or even in your 30s really affect your body now. Welcome to aging. There are some things that are uncontrollable, and then there's some things that are controllable when it comes to inflammation in your body. And in this video, I'm going to dive into what is happening and how to take control of just some simple things you can start changing in your life. In 2021, when I had my pulmonary embolism, my body was covered head to toe in inflammation. I was so grateful to have found an integrative doctor in my local area that was instrumental in my healing. And that the first thing he actually wanted to do was address the inflammation in my body. And I learned so much through that process about inflammation and my body. And that's some of the stuff that I want to share with you today. So first of all, what kinds of things even cause inflammation in the body, and why does it even matter? Well, as we age, our bodies, they become deficient. We just can't handle, recover, or bounce back like we did when we were younger. I think you figured that out by now. So addressing inflammation in our body is so important because it leads to so many other things like health problems and issues. It can lead to illness and disease like cancer. It's even linked to different autoimmune disorders. Inflammation in our body can affect our mental health too and create depression and anxiety. Leads to weight gain because our body just doesn't have the ability to break down food when it's so inflamed. So as you can see, inflammation is a precursor to so many other serious issues. And these are the things that I didn't realize till I had my own health scare. So for me, it was important to understand what causes inflammation so I can be aware of what I'm doing that I have control over. So a few of those things that cause inflammation are things like high blood sugar levels, a sedentary lifestyle, a poor diet, chronic stress, even like hormone imbalances, alcohol, that's an obvious one, injuries too, and then viruses and infections. So if you see people that are chronically sick, they have lots of inflammation. So some of these things we can control, and then there's things that we can't. So how do you know you have inflammation in your body? Sometimes it's not easy to tell. Sometimes it's very easy to tell, like you have bloating in your belly or even swelling in different parts of your body. Some other inflammation signs might be a little more subtle and mistaken for something else. And those things can be like just feeling constantly tired and fatigued. You have mood changes, mood swings, digestive issues like constipation. You're constantly getting sick, unexplained weight gain, and then the body and joint ache. So I know sometimes we feel like this can mean a lot of things, but when we start to address the inflammation, we really can see these areas improve and even get better. So how do you actually improve inflammation now that you're gaining this awareness of how important it actually is? This is what I wanted to understand. In a lot of ways, I was forced to understand that once I had my PE, my pulmonary embolism. I'm always an advocate for making simple changes for free at home first. So there were 3 things I had to do to reduce my inflammation when I was on my healing journey. And first, I just cut out the gluten, dairy, and sugar. All inflammatory foods for our body and so hard on the body and digestive system, but impact other areas of your body too. So good sleep is really important. Most people are so used to poor sleep that it's just they're normal. I had to retrain my body and my brain on how to get good sleep. And I've linked here in the comments all my study and work I did to learn how to get good sleep after 30 some years of bad sleep. So definitely go check that out when you have a moment. Lastly, proper hydration is key. Making sure you are hydrated helps bring down inflammation. Most people are walking around this earth majorly dehydrated and continue to dehydrate themselves with things like coffee, sugary drinks, and alcohol. So these are all just really simple habits you can change that won't cost you a dime. And I always build my habits by doing 1 or 2 at a time. So for me, I started with cutting out sugar and gluten. I locked that in. It took me about 3 to 6 months to lock those in. And then I went on to cutting out the dairy. Then I studied sleep and I worked on that for a year till I locked that in, and so on. So it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight, but once you start working on getting your inflammation under control, you're going to feel like a different you. You'll notice a drastic difference in your mental state, your energy, your digestive system. It's literally night and day. So I can't wait for you to try all of these steps to work on your inflammation and start feeling good after 40.